All right, welcome YouTubers. This is a catch up on the MLB results on GreatDanePicks.com. I had a huge computer crash, so I've had to revert back to Windows 7, and usually I got to figure out the audio again because the audio kind of sucks in Windows 7 versus Windows 10. But anyways, that's my problem. Anyways, we're out here on June 1st, and I plotted through May 30th or whatever, which is the first couple sessions. The first session went very, very well. Just to recap here, I've got a couple different betting schemes going on. Both of them are $20,000 starting bankroll, and that's where that orange line is at $20,000. I've divided it into 7 sessions. I'm just catching up on in case you haven't seen my picks before or haven't seen this graph. Each one of these horizontal lines is $2,000 or 10% of that $20,000 bankroll. And this red line here has got sort of a stepped approach, so 10% every session, my 7 sessions. And eventually that gets you to my goal of 70%, or growing 20,000 to 34,000. So $14,000 profit. Would be a good MLB season. At least a goal to shoot for. And then I've got, like I said, 2 betting schemes this time. The first one is sort of the purple. Apologize for my mouse, it's a little sketchy, and you can see I came right out of the gate and won the first day. If I'm just going to follow this purple line, it's kind of a purple gray combo lines. One of them is picking one side and the other one is picking both sides. Picking both sides does a little bit worse. You pay a little bit extra vig on the MLB typically, as long as favorites win. Anyways, wrap up the first session. We had a nice goal there, and then we went outrageous. We spiked up, and on the last day of the first session, I hit over $40,000. So over 100%, 103% profit. And I decided to freeze for the year. That was supposed to be this. I was betting 7% of my bankroll per game in that scheme. Same picks that you see on the website, www.GreatDanePicks.com, and look at session 1, session 2, and we're in session 3 now. So session 1 I ended there, and I decided, once I hit 70%, I got a little squirrely. It's supposed to be playing every day on this scheme, like I said, but I said, well, I did so well in the first session, I just said I'll just cap it out there. And basically, since I have $40,000, that's going to fund both my starting bankrolls. So depending on what happens on my second session, that'd be all profit. Really, even if I lose all my money on my other type of pick, my normal paid picks, then I would still be up $645. So I decided to do the wise thing there, do a little bit of money management. So that's done for the year. And it's a good thing, because if you look at the gray pick, which is the both sides, I'm going to keep that going. And you can see I just had a terrible second session. Plunge, and ended way the heck down. So, yeah, my picks are horrible in the second session. The other method that I normally go with here, I'm not a big money line fan with the MLB, but, my NFL is much better, as is my NBA, with spread picks. But I froze out the first session, so I made over 10%. That's where that solid blue line is, and the light blue went down and up, and eventually got up here at 59%, right? The blue is playing both sides. The dark blue is playing both sides also, but I freeze out. In reality, I only play one side, so I'll do a little bit better than I did on this graph. Anyways, the second session came out, and it's just kind of a mirror image. It went down, and finally I capped it out when I hit about 12 grand. I probably should have capped it out a little earlier, but I was optimistic. So, yeah, I would have lost more money if I kept playing. Technically, in the third session, I made 10% in the first day there, first couple days. So that's where I am right now. So if you just started now on the third session, you could have made 10% in the first couple days, but I'm going to let it go for a little bit and see if I can get back up near. I should be up 30%. That's where I'm trying to look for, and maybe I'll spike back up again, or we'll see how it goes. That's the fun of playing it. Like I said, this secondary system, because I capped out the first one, is pure profit for me. So yeah, I should have quit the first day when I was up 23, almost 22, 22.6. That would have been my profit plus 46. That would have been a great place to freeze and just took my money and be 3 weeks in and done. Each one of these vertical lines is like a week, roughly. It is a week, but each session is roughly 3 weeks, give or take a little bit. Depends on where they get their games out. Sometimes I do it by game numbers and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully if you're joining me for the third session here, you've already made some money. You can either cap it out or keep playing it. I'm going to keep playing because I'm at least going to try to get back to my starting bankroll. I hate to lose money. I hate to be that negative, but that's what happened in the second session. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible picking. That happens, and it would overcome some of its victories, but let's see where it goes. All right. Thanks for your time. See you in 3 weeks or so. See you.